My 25M girlfriend, 24F, just accused me of cheating on her with my friend, 20M. Throwaway account, for privacy reasons. I am the lead vocalist of a band, and, for the record, I am not gay. I do not hold anything against LGBTQ people, but I am straight, and I have never cheated or given my girlfriend a reason to think I was. My girlfriend has had bad previous relationships before, though. Recently, because COVID-19 has been calmed down somewhat, and because we all needed the extra money, we played at a club in the city where I live. I don't want to give too many details here, but my friend, who is the guitarist of the group, is suicidal, mentally ill, and cuts himself frequently. There is not much I can do because he refuses to get help and is stubborn as a literal mule, though it eats me alive daily, knowing what he does to himself. After our show, my friend had a complete mental breakdown and started sobbing backstage and trying to reopen the stitches that he has over some deep cuts. I was trying to comfort and restrain him at the same time, so I bear hugged him, and he hugged me back and just sort of let himself go. I was trying to comfort him, and then my girlfriend came running out of nowhere, and she grabbed my arm, pulled me up, and accused me of cheating. As you can understand, I was confused by this, and she accused me of cheating on her with my friend behind her back and using her for money, even though I earn more than her, before shoving me away and walking off. I got another band member to watch over the guitarist and followed her back home. We argued for hours over the whole thing until we eventually just went our separate ways. She's in the bedroom, and I'm on the couch as I write this. Can somebody tell me what to do? I don't want our relationship to be ruined just because I was trying to be a good friend. Dump her. Your friend needed you and she made it about her and was okay you prioritizing her instead of your hurt friend. That's fucked up. Hey 24F, I know you think I cheated, but if I can't even comfort someone close to me with life-threatening issues without you blowing up, I can't see myself to continue this relationship. Would be a start. Is it possible she is projecting back onto you? I mean, is it possible she cheated and is so insecure she thinks you will too? I've had experience with this, and they tend to stretch scenarios of a string bean scenario that is purely innocent involving care for another and turn it into volcanoes of mass destruction. As you said, if one is straight, how can it actually be true? Whatever you do, sir, do not apologize for caring for your friend. Even in sarcasm. It's a very simple line and she is crossing it extremely poorly. Sounds like your GF is very toxic. If you can't show compassion to a friend without her going ballistic, then get her out of your life ASAP. It doesn't matter if your bandmate is male or female, a hug is something everyone needs sometimes. I don't want our relationship to be ruined just because I was trying to be a good friend. Well, that's on her then. You did nothing wrong, but she's extremely jealous to the point that you can't console desperate, suicidal friends. Is that who your future should be with? My 34M GF 33F is having issues with the discrepancy in our income/wealth and I'm not sure what to do. I've been dating my GF seriously for 6 months after a year of dating casually on/off. Recently, it has started to surface that she is troubled over the discrepancy in our income and wealth. I've had a fairly successful career and make $270,000 per year. I've saved up more than $700,000 in investments and cash and don't have debt besides a small mortgage. She has never asked for specifics on these numbers, but knows I own a $800K house in the city that I'm selling and that I'm in the process of buying a $600,000 house in a more desirable, rural location. She also has an idea that my job pays a lot more than hers based on my title and the type of work that I do. She has had a good career and makes $85,000 per year in a public sector job that she really likes. She has roughly $90,000 saved up and owns a $200,000 town home. She has a modest amount of debt, only a $12,000 car loan and her mortgage. A lot of her friends are in the process of buying homes with their significant others who are mostly equal from a monetary standpoint. Another friend of hers is a doctor who is divorcing her lesser earning spouse and who is going to have to pay a large settlement, plus ongoing alimony and child support to her soon-to-be ex-husband. We were recently catching up with mutual friends who were mentioning that the doctor friend should have had a prenup, etc. The friends we were talking to about this are buying a house together and getting married, but mentioned that they won't get a prenup because they are nearly equal in salary and net worth. After this conversation my GF got a bit upset. She was crying, and mentioned that she always thought she would end up with someone who is on equal footing to her and that they would buy a house together. She wishes that we were on equal footing like the friends we had talked to, and it makes her uneasy that I'm in a position to buy the things I want on my own, and she feels like she's getting things she didn't earn by being in a relationship with me. I've tried to make money as much of a non-issue in our relationship as possible. She often wants to split bills when we do things together, and I'm open to that. There are times where I pay for things without thinking to split bills because they are small amounts that I don't think to split, like paying for gas and hotels on a road trip. She's also pretty resistant to the idea of me buying her things for shared adventures that I'm planning. She really wants to pay her own way. I'm trying to understand how best to get to the bottom of her feelings. As best I can tell, she feels like she isn't bringing enough to the relationship. She feels like if things progress she would get things she doesn't deserve, and she is possibly worried about me somehow holding power over. I think she also envisioned buying a dream home that she contributed equally to, but she now realizes that isn't going to happen anytime soon. I've tried to tell her that money is one dimension of life and that she brings so much else to the table. I don't see it as an issue that she makes less money. How else can I help make the discrepancy between us less of an issue for her? It honestly sounds like y'all could benefit from therapy, maybe just her, but couples might also help. She seems to have emotional hang-ups regarding finances, and I'm not sure if she's shared with you the why of those hang-ups yet. It can be kind of scary feeling like you're not on equal ground with someone. I know I always watched my mom stay in shitty relationships with assholes because they paid the bills. She might have seen something similar. In general, money equals power, and women have less of it. It sucks. And it did foster a sense of independence in me and not wanting to be like that or rely on anyone in that way. You'll just have to communicate. She may need to talk to a therapist. You might need to create a plan that makes her feel like she's contributing fairly. It's also pretty early on, and a good time to talk about these things. Reassure her like you have been. You appreciate that she doesn't want to take advantage. Let her pay for things, but be clear that you also do want to pay for extras sometimes, and you hope she can grow more comfortable with it. You like doing things with her. It wouldn't be fair to you either to have to lower your spending to meet hers exactly. This is just one thing you'll have to work on together and find some kind of compromise and understanding. I know that's kind of vague advice, but it's all you can do. In my situation, I needed a hefty savings to feel truly comfortable, so that I didn't feel trapped and dependent. That's not really applicable here, but it also might just take time and trust to get there. I would be hyped as hell if my partner made that much. Haha, right? I can't imagine making $85K, much less $270. Hell, I have $12,000 in retirement and am pretty jazzed about that. These folks have made it. I've been through this. I'm currently the lower earning partner. I make $100K, he makes $200K, and we generally do percentage split based on our incomes. It works well for us, and it's not a thing where everything is split exactly according to income ratio. For smaller stuff, whoever thinks of it or initiates it pays, and larger stuff like mortgage and bills and food is income-based split. We own property together and we each save individually for our retirement, etc. I agree about the percentage split. It rewards increasing your income without bleeding the lower earner dry, and incentivizes both to keep the spending down. It's also easy to adjust to changing incomes and expenses. She always thought she would end up with someone who is on equal footing to her. I found your problem. You're so is using money as a measure of equity in the relationship. Work with her to find a new yardstick. My 27F brother, 28M, attacked my fiancé, 28M, because his girlfriend, 29F, moaned my fiancé's name during sex. Last night, my brother was banging on our front door demanding my fiancé come outside. His girlfriend was also there in hysterics. When my fiancé opened the door, my brother attacked him. He was screaming about how he knew about their affair and his girlfriend kept saying she was sorry. We eventually managed to separate the two and they left when my fiancé threatened to call the police. My brother has since told everyone my fiancé was having an affair with his girlfriend and now my family want me to call off the wedding. From what my sister has told me, his only evidence is that she moaned my fiancé's name during sex and that she's always comparing my brother to my fiancé. I don't believe they were having an affair and my fiancé is adamant she's lying. Edit, my brother is telling everyone she said they were having an affair. What do I do now? Too long didn't read. Brother's girlfriend moaned my fiancé's name during sex and constantly compares my brother to my fiancé. My brother is convinced they're having an affair and has told my entire family who now want me to call the wedding off. Girl, she moaned your fiancé's name and compares your brother to your fiancé. Either that bitch wants your fiancé or they had an affair. You might wanna know if your fiancé is lying or not. You need to talk to the GF/X, see what she says when not in the middle of a brawl and, if she says there's an affair, what evidence she has to back that up. It's possible your fiancé is cheating, but, since it would take someone of pretty low moral character to actively compare their own boyfriend to his sister's fiancé all the time, I wouldn't believe her without proof because it kind of sounds more like she wants there to be something between her and your fiancé. My first guess is that she's just got major feelings for Op's fiancé and has been fantasizing about him during sex, and let his name slip. I'm not good at reading if someone's having an affair or not, but if Op doesn't think he is, then that seems like a reasonable conclusion. This one needs an update. You should probably have a chat with your brother's girlfriend and get to the bottom of this. It doesn't seem like they had an affair, but she definitely wants to sleep with your fiancé. It's understandable that he would be upset, although attacking your fiancé was absolutely wrong. Give everyone some time to cool off, and if you feel comfortable enough, sit everyone down for a conversation. If you don't think that's a good idea, write your brother a text/email explaining everything.